So this song, who can name this song? Okay, it's Requiem Rave from Immediate Music. But where is it from? You know where it's from, if you're a true fan. This was the theme for the final WCW Starrcade in 2000. That was the theme song for the final Starrcade. And it was the year 2000. Well, last night, for the first time since December of 2000, there was a Starrcade event. It was in Greensboro. And the Greensboro Coliseum, where NWA started this. Greensboro Coliseum was hot for NWA, WCW back in the 80s, early 90s. So people that were there, from what I'm reading, it felt like the old days. I mean, the crowd was nearly sold out. It was hot most of the night. Solid attendance from what I'm hearing. And from what the pictures I saw, the lower bowl looked completely full. The upper bowl looked half full at the Coliseum. The only tarped area I saw was behind the stage. And that's with every WWE event. And it's estimated anywhere from 13,000 to 15,000 people last night at Starrcade. Big crowd, hot crowd most of the night. AJ Styles got a huge reaction. Owens and Sami Zayn. Usos, Charlotte got a big reaction. Rusev. Those are some of the biggest reactions. Some legends there last night. And there may have been some footage captured for future use. But I wouldn't get my hopes up for a WWE Network release of this event. Great going, Vince. And we'll talk about that. But Bobby Roode defeated Dolph Ziggler last night in the first match. And Arn Anderson was the special enforcer. And after Arn Anderson hit the spine buster on Dolph Ziggler. Freaking amazing. I actually saw that on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on Instagram. It was going around in the wrestling groups that I'm in. It's great. The Bludgeon Brothers, Mike Kanellis, the Colognes, Rusev. They defeated Breezango, The Ascension, Ty Dillinger, Sin Cara. Rusev was really over last night, from what I'm hearing. He got a huge reaction last night. Naomi, one of my favorites, defeated Tamina. Wasn't a lot of buzz for Tamina last night until Lana made the appearance. She got a big pop. Dustin Rhodes came back last night. Defeated Dash Wilder. Got a quick win with a Bulldog. Bionic elbow as well he put in. Nice little tribute match. And then he cut a family-oriented promo after the match. Good stuff right there. The match was preceded by a tribute video to Dusty. So that was pretty cool. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat appeared last night. Talked about, the Greensboro Coliseum, what it meant to the wrestling business. He called it their Madison Square Garden in Greensboro, which it is. He got emotional a little bit. Nakamura defeated Corbin by disqualification. Hardy Boys came out with the Rock and Roll Express last night. That was pretty cool. Usos defeated the New Day, Gable and Benjamin, and Owens and Zayn in a SmackDown Live tag title match. Ric Flair came out, had a tribute video of his own. He was emotional. Then he accompanied Charlotte out. Charlotte defeated Natalya in a steel cage match. And AJ defeated Jinder in a steel cage match. Not bad. But we have to realize why this wasn't on the network. And yes, they did War Games. I understand that. And the War Games was incredible. And honestly, as much as Vince probably would hate to admit it, because it was a WCW concept, the War Games match itself at NXT was better than the entire Survivor Series. It was better than the entire event. Now, the AJ Brock match was good. And the main event was okay. I thought it was kind of loopy and screwy, and the ending was just like, what the fuck? But the entire War Games, the War Games match was better than the entire card. But, folks, it's obvious. It's obvious why this wasn't on the network. It's Starrcade. Think about this, folks. Starrcade was the premier event for WCW. It was their WrestleMania. It was. So, by Vince doing this, it just goes to show you again how petty Vince McMahon is. Because let's put a Starrcade event at Greensboro, but it ain't gonna... No. It's not gonna be anywhere on the network. You will never see it ever. And who knows? Maybe they saw they were at the Greensboro Coliseum coming up. They wanted to do something. Who knows? Who knows? But the way Vince has been with being petty with WCW and ECW, I really wouldn't put it past him for one final fuck you to WCW. You know what? We're going to put their premiere, we're going to label their premiere event and just make it as a house show. Because that's how Vince is. And I think Triple H, obviously, listen, if you're working at a company, that company is your baby, obviously. But Triple H, to me, looks a little bit more open-minded. Hell, he's the COO of the company, and he appeared at an independent wrestling event. And he acknowledges some of these indie promotions. He's more open-minded than Vince. Vince is just, fuck you. I'm still on that win at all costs, fuck everybody mode. I'm the king. I killed the territories. Wrestling is mine. I've made wrestling sports entertainment. And fuck you. Now, granted, Vince McMahon is a legend. And the sport of pro wrestling, even though he calls it sports entertainment, the sport of pro wrestling probably wouldn't be around if it wasn't for Vince McMahon today. Or we have some half-assed shit, but Vince McMahon is a big reason why wrestling is still around today. He set the bar with the television, with the pay-per-views. You got to give Vince credit. At the end of the day, however, Vince is the pettiest motherfucker of all time. And labeling a house show Starrcade and not putting it up anywhere on the network. And he's, listen, they had a couple house shows last year. I went to a house show at the Garden, and they had it on the network. This wasn't on? Come on. Why? Because it's Starrcade. That was their baby. That was their WrestleMania. And now it's been reduced to a house show. That's Vince for you, baby.